Shout out to my buddy Steven for this episode idea. We're going to smoke some garlic, and then we're going to make some classic sauces and see how they turn out.
We're going to peel off some layers to help the smoke get through and give it that trendy pine cone look. Next step is the ice bath. Half so the cold water collects and draws in the smoke from the air, and half so the garlic doesn't cook in the heat. To prep the smoker, I'm dropping half a chimney of coals, setting a water tray for humidity and to break up direct heat, and then we're clear to add the garlic and slip in the wood chips. The ice water from the garlic bath is great to sip on while we wait.
So if the camera starts shaking, it's because my cat is attacking the camera stand. So here's our garlic after about an hour and a half at 75 Celsius. I wanted to leave it on a little bit longer, but I did get a little bit shy because I over smoked some chicken a couple weeks back, and I don't want that ash taste in everything that I make today. So the good news is it does smell. On the outside, it smells very smoky, hopefully not too smoky. Now, the idea here is that we wanted to smoke fresh garlic. We didn't want to smoke and roast. So we didn't want the squishy, dehydrated kind of roasted garlic that you get when you throw it in the oven with some olive oil. We wanted it to retain as much stiffness and freshness as possible, but with that smoky undercurrent. So I'm going to take a clove here, and we're going to do a little test. Let's peel this. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a close-up, but the great news is this looks like a whole intact garlic clove. Now, garlic has a lot of smell in the first place. This does smell a lot more like actual smoke than the last time we did this exercise. So I think we're in a good spot. So now all that's left to do is to make some treats.
The first sauce on our list is Toum, which is a garlic paste originating from the Levant region, including Lebanon and Palestine. It's called Toum because that's the name for garlic in Arabic. It used to be made by grinding garlic by mortar and pestle and working in the oil slowly afterwards. It's thought to predate hummus, spoiler alert, and is a great way to test how well the smoke flavor shines through our favorite allium. I'm using half smoked and half fresh garlic because I'm not sure how much the roasting will affect our ability to emulsify the oil. Well, that looks like a perfectly fluffy Toum. Next up is hummus, which is Arabic for chickpeas. According to the research of Mahmoud Haboush, the oldest mention of the dip that we know is from a Syrian cookbook from the 13th century, making other regional variants just copycats. There are an infinite amount of ways to prepare this historical dip, but we're keeping this simple so we can pick out any smoke flavors. I'm not a hummus expert, so someone tell me if this looks right. Last on the table is Mutabbal. Similar to its baba ganoush cousin, Mutabbal is another classic Levantine dip featuring garlic and introducing roasted eggplant. There are differences between the two dishes, but the varying recipes cross over so often I couldn't tell you what the defining characteristics are. If you can answer with confidence, please let us know in the comments. I think this looks right. Now we make our test bed with the Mutabbal, hummus, and Toum, and prepare a test pita.
So now we have the best part of any food experiment, eating. Now, the one bad thing about this cooking show is that the counter is really, really far away, so you get to just watch me like awkwardly rip off a chunk of bread here. So we're going to start with the Mutabbal because it looks fantastic. I'm going to take a huge chunk, and it's just making a mess everywhere. It's on my shirt. No one will know. That is a very delightful dip. You do get an essence of smokiness, but it's hard to chalk it up to the garlic because you will get some of that smoky flavor from grilling your eggplant. Overall, indeterminate if the smoked garlic was a success on that one, but I still love that recipe. I forgot something. Moving on to the hummus. Gotta get some oil. Oh yeah. That is actually really nice. So the good news is we were able to keep the garlic fresh after smoking it for so long. With the amount of garlic that we put into this hummus, I probably would not serve it to many of my friends. This is for garlic aficionados only. It's not super strong, but I do get an essence of smoke. So I will call the hummus a success. Last but not least, Toum. Just a scoop of pure garlic and oil. As someone that makes and uses Toum a lot, I have to say, using the smoked garlic, you do get some smoke in it. This is going to be a huge win. I'm super excited to use this in a bunch of stuff now. But normally when you make fresh Toum, because you're using fresh processed garlic, the flavor is intense. Normally you need to let it just sort of breathe in the fridge for a couple of days before you use it. This is edible right away. Still a little sharp. This is gorgeous. Overall, mission success. We were able to cold smoke garlic to infuse it with a nice smoky flavor while still keeping it fresh for use as a fresh clove of garlic as opposed to a roasted one. You could still roast and smoke your garlic if you want to go for a funky roasted garlic, but if you want to make some sauces or any other recipes that showcase a couple cloves of raw garlic, this is a procedure that'll give you that raw garlic vibe with a little bit of smoke for flavor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to devour this plate and then call some friends over to help me with the rest of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.